The person who annoyed you most this week was not sent to ruin your day. They were tired, or scared, or repeating a wound someone gave them long before they ever met you. They woke up that morning as the main character of their own difficult story, the same way you did. You just can't see their story, so it looks to you like they're simply being difficult on purpose at you. The Stoics had a word for the thing you're forgetting in that moment. It reframes every rude stranger, every cold coworker, every relative who gets under your skin. And it doesn't ask you to become a doormat. This is the unbothered Stoic, one ancient idea made usable every week. Today, the Stoic idea called sympatheia, that you are far less separate from other people than you feel, and how it quietly disarms the ones who get to you. Here's what Marcus Aurelius did every single morning. Before he faced the flatterers and liars and ungrateful men of his court, he told himself, "Today I will meet people who are meddling, arrogant, and dishonest." Not to brace for war, to remove his surprise, but then he added the part everyone skips. He reminded himself why they were like that. Because they cannot tell good from evil. They aren't villains. They're mistaken. Operating on bad maps, old fears, small stories, exactly the way you sometimes are. And then he went further, into the strange, freeing idea at the center of it. He wrote that human beings are made for each other the way hands or eyelids or the rows of upper and lower teeth are made for each other, parts of one body. To work against another person, he said, is to work against yourself. That's sympatheia, the sense that we are not separate atoms bouncing off each other, but limbs of a single living thing. So here's the core idea I want you to carry out of this video. The people who get under your skin are not your enemies. They're your reflection with different luck. Given their exact wiring, their exact history, their exact bad day, you might act the same. That's not an excuse for them. It's a release for you. Because contempt is heavy. Hating a difficult person is a weight you carry all day while they feel nothing. The moment you can see the frightened, tired human under the behavior, the weight comes off. And not because they earned your mercy, but because you stopped volunteering to carry the anger. If that reframe helps, hit like. It genuinely helps this reach someone carrying a grudge that's only hurting them. Then let's make it usable, because just be compassionate is a wish, not a method. 3 moves, all Stoic, all usable today. The first, silently narrate their story. When someone is difficult, invent the missing context out loud in your own head. Maybe they're overwhelmed. Maybe someone spoke to them that way once. Maybe this isn't about me at all. You don't need to be right. You're breaking the reflex that says they're doing this to me on purpose, which is the exact thought that turns a small friction into a personal war. The second is Marcus's own move. Separate the person from the act. You can firmly reject what someone did while refusing to hate what someone is. That was unfair as a clear-eyed judgment. They're a terrible person is a story that mostly just poisons you. The Stoic addresses the behavior and lets the human off the hook of your contempt. The third, remember you're a limb, not an island. When you catch yourself in us versus them, quietly ask, am I acting like a part of something or like a hand trying to fight the body it belongs to? It sounds abstract until you feel how much lighter it is to treat a difficult person as a confused relative, rather than an enemy to be defeated. Now let me be honest with you, because this gets twisted into weakness. Sympatheia is not letting people walk over you. Understanding why someone acts badly is not the same as accepting it. You can see the wound under the cruelty and set a hard boundary against the cruelty. In fact, you'll set a better one, because you're acting from steadiness instead of hatred. The Stoic isn't soft. The Stoic just refuses to let another person's smallness turn them small too. And it doesn't mean you'll feel warm toward everyone. Some people are genuinely hard to be around, and you're allowed to keep your distance. Sympatheia isn't a feeling you fake. It's a lens you look through, one that keeps you from being dragged down to the level of the thing that annoyed you. Here's the promise the Stoics kept finding. The person who sees others clearly becomes almost impossible to provoke, because provocation needs a villain. As long as the rude driver, the cold coworker, the difficult parent is an enemy, they have a handle on you. They can yank you into anger any time, but you can't be baited into war with someone you see as a tired, mistaken human doing their confused best. There's no war to start. Marcus ran an empire full of people trying to use him, and he wrote over and over the same quiet reminder, they're my kin, made of the same stuff, and it is not in my nature to be angry with my own. So the next time someone gets under your skin, try it. Invent their story. Reject the act. Spare the person. Remember, you're a limb, not an island, and feel how much of the weight was never theirs to give you. It was yours to put down. I'd genuinely like to know, and I read the comments, whose story have you never once stopped to imagine? Name them below. That's where this starts. The next video is about the one place no difficult person, no insult, and no circumstance can ever actually reach. The Stoic fortress inside you, and how to build it. Subscribe and stay. We're building this calm, one idea at a time.